Hello, Owlet fans. My name's Futmob. I'm joined tonight by Toots. Welcome, Toots.
They keep asking us back.
I know, I can't believe it, especially after last week. So, um, absolutely ecstatic about tonight's matchup here in the Owlet Miners division. We have a top of the table clash. Two teams bringing up the top here are Blazing Pegasus and Otter Oxide. So, Toots, can you give us a little bit of an intro into the matchup here? What are we looking at tonight? What's the story to tell?
So we're looking at Otter and Oxide and Blazing Pegasus. Their standings side by side, and they are neck and neck. The map differential for both teams is plus 13 for Otter Oxide and plus 12 for Blazing Pegasus, with a map tie being the only thing that separates the two. So I'm hoping we're going to see a match that looks as close as the standings reflect.
I'm looking for fireworks tonight, Toots.
Me too.
Absolutely looking for fireworks. I mean, looking at the teams right now, I think the kind of story that we're looking at here is maybe the, kind of what would you say with Blazing Pegasus, right? The kind of
So
maybe mechanical skill that they've got going on, scrappiness that they've got going on, right?
Yeah, so they said they prefer goats. They like control maps, and as we talked about before the stream went live, teams that favor control maps are typically ones that are scrappy. They have competent players that can win 1v1s and really put on a show for us. So I mean, Blazing Pegasus kind of, it sounds like they're pretty confident in their ability to outfrag, but Otter Oxide, favorite map type is Assault. We think that generally tends to go in the favor of more structured teams that have sort of maybe more calculated ult usage, better tracking. But I mean, who's really to say? I mean,
Yeah.
both styles work well. It depends on just sort of who can execute better tonight.
I mean, I'm looking forward to maybe seeing some goats versus counter goats tonight. Actually, I would love to see that kind of matchup. Maybe some
So
Pharaoh Sombra tonight, directly into goats. And we got to see, is the scrappiness of Blazing Pegasus going to be able to carry them through? Are they going to be able to take that top spot for Otter Oxide tonight? Because there's a lot on the line here, right? This is basically going to determine who's going to end stage one here, pretty much at the top, right? So.
Yeah.
I don't see either of these teams probably losing that much going forward again. So again, whoever wins tonight is probably going to be top for stage one. So, with that said, we've got an interesting map pool this week. We start out on Nepal. We move on to Route 66. We have Horizon Lunar Colony, Blizzard World, and Oasis for the tiebreaker. And from the looks of it, we've got maybe a more goats heavy map potentially with Nepal, with the exception of Sanctum. We have potentially a dive heavy map with Route 66, depending on how the teams want to play it. And
Sure.
then we move into Horizon, and who knows what's going to happen on Horizon, right?
Horizon, there's like a huge variety of strategies, but we're going to Nepal, so let's talk a little bit about Shrine.
Yeah, so starting out on Shrine here, usually you see a lot of Zen goats on Shrine. They basically, they rush to the actual bell in the middle. They try fighting it out there. And, it's really at this point just, who can basically gain enough space on the other team to kind of gain an advantage, right? So,
Yeah.
that said, I think there's the potential here that this map could go to Blazing Pegasus. So we do have Blazing Pegasus in the blue here. We have Otter Oxide in the red on the right. And for a team that loves goats, this is the point that they need to capitalize on, as far as I'm concerned. As if I'm Blazing Pegasus, I want to keep it here. I want to take this point because if we go to Sanctum, I don't know if goats is necessarily going to be as strong on Sanctum. Now,
Ooh.
we've got some change-ups here. They like running goats, but I'm seeing a Pharah and I'm seeing an Ashe on the side of Blazing Pegasus. I'm loving this comp right now. So
Yeah, we'll see if there are any swaps, if they're just baiting us, as the players have shown they love to do.
yeah, I mean the Reinhardt here with the Zarya, I do like it with the Lucio. They're gonna have to play a little bit kind of maybe a little slower here, without the Winston. Now we do have the Pharah on the side of Otter Oxide as well with the Ana Lucio here. So no Zen Orb or Mercy Pocket for that Pharah. They're going to have to be careful here. So moving forward here, these comps have not swapped off. Ashe is going to have a field day here potentially.
Yeah.
So it looks like Fire Strike in from Pups there. They're gaining a little bit of space, backing up a bit right now. Bubbles out on both sides, and it looks like they're just sustaining on the part here. Pharaoh is having a field day on the back though. Bowl of Bulls gets poked in, and Famstu does take down Pantsu, so it does look like right now we have an advantage on the side of Otter Oxide. Now pushing forward, Pups just taking space, but getting taken out by Pie Ninja. And it looks like this is going over to Otter Oxide here. So, you know, despite the fact that they don't have a pocket for the Pharah, they're still able to do work. And in particular, I think it's the Diva right now that's controlling the space. You know, Reinhardt's getting, you know, the space he needs with the Zarya, and they just have more sustain here with the Ana compared to the Lucio on the side of Blazing Pegasus.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how well they'd be able to hold the point with that unsupported Pharah, but Bird is playing around the sight lines around Shrine very nicely.
Yeah, so looking at Pharah right now, Cornish going low, Pup's going low here. They really need to just stabilize at this point before going back in, but they see the opportunity. Bull's pushing forward. They could be just ending it right here at the choke. And they're backing out now. They are backing out, so they realize they have an advantage. They're just stabilizing a bit, slowing it down. They might have an ult coming out here. They're going to grab, might have a grab coming up here. And they do decide to hold on to the grab, it looks like, potentially. They do hold on to it. They dry push here. They do take it up to about 45%, though, so... looking at the ult economy, moving on to the next fight here, Toots, who do we think has the advantage?
So I would ordinarily say that they're in a good position to retake this point, but honestly, I would have liked to see some ults get dropped there. Like, the problem is now that Furious Unicorn, or I'm sorry, Blazing Pegasus has the... they have ults to counter everything that's going to be coming their way, right? They have B for Grav, they have Nano to initiate, they have everything that they need to sort of respond to the ults that are going to be coming out of Otters.
Yeah, and with the unsupported Pharah in particular, it's going to be tough for Bird to really get the space he needs. So let's take a look here. Bird looking potentially for an ult. The grab comes in, and here it comes, it's going through, and Pharaoh just pops off. So Pharaoh gets exactly what they needed to get right there. Pup's pushing through, and this fight's going over again to Blazing Pegasus. So, you know, exactly like you called it right there, Toots. You know, they had the ultimates on both sides, but, you know, without the supported Pharah, without, you know, popping ults the previous fight, you know, they... You know, for every one ult that Otter Oxide puts out, Blazing Pegasus is putting out at least, you know, another one. So
I'm seeing a flanking shatter
I'm
here.
seeing it right now. Now, if they come up top here, this is going to be really dangerous when they drop down. Pups is going to get it here. Yeah, this could be really bad. They're not going to chase after Pantsu. Reinhardt gets booped off, though. That's huge. And it looks like Pup's coming through for the shatter. Gets it right onto Bulls. And it looks like Bulls maybe going down. Counter beat there on the side by Xavier. And it looks like they might be able to stabilize. Pharaoh taking out Pie Ninja here. And they just need to slow it down just a bit here. Back out. And then, yep. All right, here we go. Pharaoh going in around the right side. Needs to watch out. But they're going to just clean this up here. And Blazing Pegasus, you know, as we kind of predicted in the beginning, right? You know, the comp just seems to be... you know, outplaying the other team. It's not like there's any real mechanical skill difference that I'm seeing. I'm just seeing maybe a lack of synergy on the side of Otter Oxide. And we do get the swap ups here, though.
I think this was due.
Yeah, the swap to Widow is going to be okay, but Widow's going to have a tough time right now, especially, you know, trying to take the point back. Pharaoh needs to recognize this, though, and give a little bit of respect here to Bird. So
and you see Pharaoh now is unsupported.
Yeah, sleep, though, on Bulls, and the shatter comes in. But what a great bubble there by Sakura. The grab comes in here, and it looks like Pharaoh's going to be going in on this one. And this one's going to be going to, yeah, it's going to Blazing Pegasus for sure. Cleanup, absolutely. And, you know, for a team that likes goats, they definitely brought out a real nice change of pace here. Now, do you think this has something to maybe do with the patch that just came out this week, Toots?
Certainly, yeah. I think you know, all of the changes we saw with the armor, I think are going to greatly affect sort of how much we see Brigitte, and I'm hoping that it might induce them to pull out Reaper, maybe a little ice cream truck if we make it to the third map.
I would love to see some Reaper, especially an ulting Reaper with 6 people focusing in on him and him never dying. That's what I look forward to. Give that boy a nano. Now, we're on Sanctum. Looking at the comps right now, we are going to get an Orisa on the side of Blazing Pegasus, and I can't... Are we going to see Hammond?
Is this real? That's triple DPS, Hammond.
Oh, this needs to stay. This needs to stay. We need to see this right now. This is happening. Yep. So Otter Oxide coming out with the triple DPS. Genji, Widow, Tracer, Zen, Lucio with a solo tanking Hammond. I love this comp right here. So let's see what they can do. They're going to get in through that
shield.
Yeah. They need to just play a little bit slow. Look for the opportunity. Purple's in there, though, and Pharaoh takes out Xavier. You know, respect the sightlines. They need to be going in together here. Bull's not going to be able to do much work here. And Pops pulls them off the side. So, you know, I absolutely love, you know, the creativity of the comp right now, but the coordination's not there from what I'm seeing, Toots.
Yeah, I agree. I think they needed to really find one target, position, setup, and pounce, and that's how you have to play against an Arista comp. And if you don't, they take the point, and then it gets really hard to dislodge them.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, they're in there. Pantsu taking out Bird, too. This is not looking good for Otter Oxide at all. It just seems right now they can't even get a footing on the point at all. And they're kind of, they're busy on the sides trying to go after people. And, we look at Bola Bulls just getting taken out by Pantsu and Pharaoh here. And they're absolutely just doing work. I really think they need to reset at this point. I think they need to swap comps. The Widow's not going to be doing much against them at all.
Yeah.
I think Bird needs to swap off here. If they're going to run this, I would rather than just run goats into them at this point.
I think that's probably the move here.
I think that's the right call. They are swapping off to a Winston, though, instead of the Hammond. Still, I'm not sure about this, who's the dive target?
Yeah,
I guess
and
maybe
they're rolling up on ults now. Blazing Pegasus.
Yeah. Is he going to eat that? Nope. It does end up getting through. They're going to take out Hanzo, though, so this is good. They need to get Big Green next, but they do take out Sakura. And, if they just stabilize here for a second, then try to force point here, I think this could be good. Now they're back on the Ana on the backside here, and Bola Bull's trying to put pressure on Pokey here. Pokey going back to point. And
excellent peel from
they're just
Poke,
stabilizing here in closet. There's nothing they can do when they kind of back up into that closet area. With their comp right now, I'd love to say maybe see a Hanzo here, get a Dragon in there, do some work on them guys. Let's go.
Yeah, and I think one of the things we're seeing from Blazing Pegasus, the supports are doing such a good job of keeping each other alive.
Yeah, absolutely. Pokey's there at all times, basically, to peel for Big Green on the backside. And looking at the ult economy here, we do have a Blade coming in, but Pokey does have the counter ult here. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a Bob on point if they actually end up tossing the Blade. Bob can be a great counter to Genji Blade. So they do swap on to the Pharah here. Again, surprising pick. I think maybe they're running out of options. They're not sure what they need to do to dislodge.
This is a Hail Mary.
Now here comes the ult here from Genji, I would imagine, any second. Now purple in on Bola Bulls here. Blade does come in, and it's going to get some work done on the backside. Big Green goes down. It looks like Pharaoh's only going to be going down in just a moment here. And no, it does look like Pharaoh's going to be able to sustain, and he does end up taking out Sakura. What a battle there on the side. But just saying that right now, does look like Bird's being able to put some damage in. Bola Bull's getting in the back, putting more damage in. Cornish, though, with the ult here, might be able to take them out. If they can just, get one more pick here, I think they can take the point back.
Yeah.
Pokey's stabilizing as long as he can. Bird saying, I need to put some damage in. Get that Lucio out of here, guys.
Bird
and they need a touch point. Cornish is just destroying the team right now here on Hog.
Oh.
And Cornish alone. Well, I shouldn't just say
That's
alone.
tough.
With the help of Pokey. They're able to somehow stall out that point when it's felt like, in all honesty, that was going to the side of Blazing Pegasus. I thought they were going to be able to retake it. Toots, takeaways from first map here, because this was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, I don't think we predicted that there would be so much Pharah on both maps. I'm not terribly surprised. She's good, especially on Shrine. But, yeah, honestly now, I think all bets are off. I'm just eager to see what they bring to us for the next map.
Yeah, apparently, Blazing Pegasus likes running goats, but could have fooled me just a bit, right?
Yeah, but the control, the execution for the control point is there. I think that was reinforced from what we saw.
Yeah, looking at it right now, I think Otter Oxide needs to go back to the drawing board here for map 2. We're going to be swapping it up here and going Route 66. I wouldn't be surprised now, just looking at what Blazing Pegasus brought out in round 1, that they bring out the Orisa comp again here in round 2, right? I could definitely see maybe a staunch defense from them holding up on big Earls here, and Otter Oxide trying to run dive into that. And if they're not coordinated, and right now they're not coordinated with that dive,
true,
they're going to be running into some trouble here. So,
the one thing that we did see Otters pull out though on Sanctum was the Wrecking Ball, and I think honestly, if we're talking about attack, especially into an Orisa comp, I think Wrecking Ball can really do some good work, knocking people off of big Earls on the first real engagement. If they can manage to clean up the execution, if they can manage to get some more coordination, I think they can really make something happen quickly if they go with that strategy.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to see the Genji again. We may even see a quad DPS out of Otter Oxide for all I know. They brought out the triple DPS already.
Mm-hmm.
It's not beyond them, I would imagine, at this point for them to bring out the triple DPS or maybe the quad DPS here now. I'd love to see something like that. We could even see some pirate ship, right? I don't think pirate ship's beyond it here. I think it's decent, but I think the angles and in the high ground surrounding point 1 make it really easy to kind of take apart.
It's especially
Whether or
hard
not,
on the second phase too. Like when there's
yeah.
so much high ground for the defense to work with. I
I
think
mean,
it
there's a
gets
flank every 10 feet, right?
exactly.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I totally agree with you there. I mean, we'll definitely see what they're going to be bringing out. Other than that, though, I mean, I do feel like when it comes to point one here on Route 66, largely it does favor the attackers. There's a lot of
Yes.
different routes for them to take. And really, when it comes down to it for defense, defense only becomes strong on point one, really, at the very end, right? At that very end, when you've got those billboards, you've got those tunnels where you can kind of hold, you can, set people up there, and there's really only maybe one or two lines of attack for the enemy team, right? So
Yeah.
we'll see. If they can stall out long enough, right? If they can stall out long enough on the side of Otter Oxide here, I think they'll be okay. So we do have Blazy Pegasus starting out on defense. We have the Rhine comp here, and it looks like we have Hanzo and Ash actually with Anna and Lucio.
Bit of
Now,
a double sniperish type of comp.
yeah, a bit. They're setting up with a few win conditions here, but they're also setting up to stall quite a bit as well, from what I can tell. So, we have the Grab Dragon combo. We have Bob who can stall on point. We have Nano who can, we have Anna who comes in with the Nano, and we have Lucio. So interested to see how they're going to run this here. Now, on the side of Otter Oxide,
I like
we have
this.
triple tank dive with Anna Zen, and then we have the Widow. I do love this as well. I think this can be incredibly strong into the comp that they're running. I mean, that back line right now on the side of Blazing Pegasus is waiting to be dove.
We'll see when they split up from the high ground on Blazing Pegasus. It's all going to be about how they play together and if they can regroup if they do get picked here for a final contest.
Now, I'm looking for the grapple hook here from Bird, potentially. Looking for an initial pick on them. They probably already spotted out that they have Ash on their side, and they probably recognize Anna on the back line. Now, Famsu just staging for a dive right now with Sakura. Bola Bull setting up for it, and they're going to be engaging really hard here in just a moment. I'm just looking at the grapple here from Famsu. They're going to be going in any moment. Here they go into the backline. They're going on Anna, and they do get the bubble there on Anna, and I think they're going to be able to get maybe one here, possibly one. Looking at the health bars here, but they're disengaging. They do demech Sakura here, and it looked like it was all theirs right there, but they're back in again. Bola Bulls get slept though. What a great slep by Disappoint, and or not by Disappoint, by Big Green. But look at the payload right now. Look at Bird. My goodness, he is absolutely cleaning up, Toots. They need to focus down
uncontested.
Yeah,
she's completely uncontested.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have dive on the side of Otter or on the side of Blazing Pegasus, right? So how are they going to really contest Bird at this point? And the only way they contest him is with their other snipers. And the cleanup just comes through. What an absolute cleanup. I didn't think they could push through there. And, they stabilized for a moment. And then Bird just said, guys, I'm going to carry you on my back right now.
And then the rest is just clean up from there. I think, it's going to be really hard for Blazing Pegasus to hold this with this composition because they're going to be playing low ground on a team comp that thrives with high ground, and they can just take it for free here.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going to keep going in one at a time because they're so split on the side of Blazing Pegasus here. I mean, look at the dive. It's perfect into the backline. They say, they're out of position. We go in the backline. Here we go. Now, Anna's going to be the next target. Just watch. Anna on the stairs here. Are they going to look for Anna? All right, we got to sleep here on Bola Bulls. Does look like Famsu's coming in. They do go after the Hanzo. Hanzo very low. Hanzo does go down. Anna's probably only a matter of time before Anna does go down here. Looking at the ults here, Pups does have a shatter. May look to shatter.
This is a little bit of trouble how far they're extending here.
Yeah, just a little too far, but look at the payload here. Look at the payload, right? So
they gotta be careful about pushing
back
this
out
up,
here.
though.
Bird needs to watch out. And Disappoint's going to get taken out.
Yeah.
So kind of turn.
I was worried. Yeah, this is what I was worried about.
Yeah, unfortunate. Pantsu taking out Bird, and yeah, so the fight's over. I love the comp here. I think this is really cool to see. We got triple tank dive here again, Anna Zen. Now looking at the comps, what do we think's coming out here from each team on this fight?
We just had a swap to Reaper. We're getting it. We're getting it, guys. Beyblade? Are we getting Beyblade?
I think we're getting it here.
Nano
so
Blossom.
Pharaoh's just going to be protecting the backline, saying, Anna, just stick with me, baby. Just stick with me. Now, Pantsu going up top. I wouldn't be surprised to see Bob coming in here early. We do have bombs on the side of Famsu, likely coming in, and they're taking high ground. I love the way they're controlling space.
That's really
bombs
good.
do come in. Great sleep, though. What a sleep by Big Green. Cornish getting taken out. Then it looks like, yep, Bola Bulls on the back line. We got Primal on the side of Bola Bulls. Bomb coming in. This could be big. And Bird does take out Pantsu. And looks like Bob is contesting point, just like we were talking about. Pharaoh takes out Famsu, and that's the strength of Reaper here. They're stabilizing, and the point's not moving at all. So are they going to be able to hold this? They might. Pharaoh needs to watch out here, though. The Widow might take him out, and Pharaoh does end up taking out Disappoint here. So You know, surprising they're holding the point. I thought that was all for Otter Oxide to take there.
Yeah,
Bird
so
needs
did
to
I.
watch out here, though. Yeah, I mean, they were so close to taking that point there. Looking at the ult economy, too, this is definitely on the side of Blazing Pegasus. I'm looking for grab potentially here. They might hold off
Yes.
the grab for the Reaper ult, though.
They're rolling up on Nano as well in case somebody gets pushed too hard.
Now, Anna's getting dove every single time, and every single time that Anna gets dove, the Reaper Hog comes in and cleans up. And we have grab now in on the side of Blazing Pegasus here, and this fight is over. You know, I feel like they're doing the beginning part really well, right? They're getting themselves in the right position, and then the target acquisition is just not there. You know, they say every single time they're going to dive right in on the Anna, and Pharaoh's sitting right there to take him out each time. So
right, we're getting swaps from Otter now, and any ult economy they had is now gone. So they're gonna have to sort of reset, and the Blazing Pegasus are now going to be in the driving seat with the ults here.
Yeah, I do like the swap to McCree, though, here. It does kind of slightly counter, but we're going to get a Blade coming out here any moment now from Pantsu. Shatter comes in, misses everybody just about. Disappoint goes down. Bull of Bulls takes out them, and then the Blade does come in. Are they going to be able to capitalize on the Blade? They do. Pharaoh comes in, takes out Bull of Bulls here. Pantsu takes out Famsu. And there we go, the cleanup on the side of Blazing Pegasus when you thought it was all gone. But Bird does end up taking out two there.
You can't give Bird space. Bird is just putting in work here on Widow.
Every single time you think it's done, Bird just comes in and says, here we go. Oh, thank you. So, yeah, she's just destroying them right now. So, working through here, Pups is getting low. Bola Bull's pushing in on Pups here. Pups may be going down. They need to watch out. They need to amp some heals for him. And they're pushing back through here. So, they do stabilize. The fight is just breaking out. It's getting a little bit messy here. Purple is on Pokey here, and Pantsu ends up taking out Bird. So she goes down, and the Shatter comes in huge from Bola Bulls.
There you go.
Cleans up, and this is the fight. But Pharaoh comes in and just says, this fight is mine. Oh my goodness. Just
I think
when
they
you thought
tried
it was
to.
over.
That must have been an attempt at a Nano Blossom, right? Like or was Cornish so low that they needed Nano to heal?
You know, I will tell you this right now. Bird is absolutely carrying this team on her shoulders, but right when you think they're about to just clutch it out, one of the DPS on the side of Blazing Pegasus says, "Nope, I can do you one better right now." So now they are changing their approach here. I do like the change of approach. The Fire Strike does come in, though. The Shatter's blocked there by Bola Bulls. Does charge in here. Is he going to get anyone? Doesn't get anyone. High Noon coming in from Famsu, and doesn't look like he's going to be able to get anyone with that. So Famsu does take out Pantsu, and Pharaoh takes out Disappoint. And, you know, there's just trades on each side here, and that's going to be going on the side of Blazing Pegasus when it comes to trades.
I think that, like, they were really banking on hitting a really big High Noon there. Like, Bola Bulls, you saw, went in for the pin on Pups and basically just sacrificed himself for hopefully a huge High Noon, but the space wasn't there to get a good one, and like that was not worth it at the end of the day, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think right now, from what I'm seeing, you know, they do get the coordination with the dive right, you know, most of the time. Most of the time they're getting it. But the follow-up on the kills just isn't coming up, right? Like, unless Bird's getting a pick right now, it doesn't seem like, you know, they're able to finish off those kills.
Well, and we talked about it too. Like, on the first point, attack is pretty favored when you're going into the sort of the first bend, the first engagement there. But as we also said, the second phase is pretty defense favored. If you're taking sort of high ground, you're using the walls and the buildings to your advantage. Mm-hmm. And I think sort of when faced with that challenge, Otters weren't ready to adapt.
Yeah, you know, it was just too little too late, right? So, you know, maybe sticking on the triple tank dive was okay. You know, looking at the comp, I thought the triple tank dive was fine. Yeah. Really. It just came down to maybe just not finishing them off. That's really what it comes. Just not finishing off those kills. Maybe not picking the right targets when they were diving in. Now, looking at the comps here, we do have Otter Oxide running double hit scan. We have Bird again on her favorite Widow, and we have Famsu now on a McCree. So looking over at Blazing Pegasus, we also have a double sniper. So we have a bit of a double sniper matchup here. Not entirely double sniper, but we do also have the Ryan Zarya on the side of Blazing Pegasus with the Ana Lucio. And it does seem like Ana Lucio is their kind of go-to pick here. And, you know, at this point, Otter Oxide is reciprocated here with Ana Lucio of their own. So kind of a mirror matchup. It just really comes down to who can execute better right now. If Otter Oxide can hold that high ground, enable their DPS to really put in some work, I think we could see potentially a nice hold from them here.
I think this is gonna be a story about which Widow gets the first pick.
Yeah, and from what I've seen with Bird, it could be Bird here.
Yeah.
So, Pantsu setting up here on the coast, looking for some opportunities. Firestrike does come in, takes about half the health out from them. And they're getting some free payload movement, but that's kind of what they want on the side of Otter Oxide. Now, they're moving in just a bit here, trying to just say, hey, let's fight us here. Charge does come in here. This is nice. Bullet Bowls is getting taken out, though, needs to stabilize just a bit here. He does end up getting the heals, and Pantsu takes out Bird. And it does look like they're pushing this advantage now. Pups needs to just stabilize. They're pushing forward now. Sakura getting low, very low. Pups getting low. And it looks like they're going to be able to clean up on the side of Blazing Pegasus. Charge comes in, though, takes out Anna. Just as we were thinking that it was going the way of Blazing Pegasus, it looks like Otter Oxide could be turning this around.
But they're still pushing.
Yeah, they are still getting payload movement. They need to help out their Anna, though, on the backside. Disappoint going low. Famsu going really low, and Pharaoh taking out 2. So,
Are they going to be able to regroup in time? I mean, it's
with those
I think they have
on the
one
2
chance
there,
yet.
I don't know. It's going to be close.
Yeah.
So looking at the alt economy here, we're going to get a dragon coming through potentially, either on the left or right tunnel, whichever way they go. And this could be a big dragon here from Pharaoh.
It looks like they're giving it up.
I don't think they're going to give it. They're not giving it. They're going in now.
Okay.
The dragon should be coming in any moment now from Pharaoh here. They are going to take out Bulls. The dragon does come in. This could be big. And Bird takes out Pokey.
Wow.
And we get 2 trades, though, on the side of Blazing Pegasus. So this is probably going their way. And Pharaoh takes out Bird. So, yeah, I mean, Pharaoh just seemed to be up to it right now when it comes to the sniper duel. And it just seems like complete domination on the side. Oh, Rudolph. No. That is not what we wanted, Rudolph. I'm hoping we get a swap here. Yeah. So, I think Bird, having a bit of difficulty here with the double sniper, especially when they're running the McCree on the other side. I don't know if McCree's the right pick here.
Yeah.
So, now, Pantsu, getting cheeky here on the saloon, just putting in work. It's going to be dangerous for them to walk through there. They can't really contest. Bird looking for the shot.
Bird.
Gets the shot. What a shot by Bird. And it does look like this could be going the way of Otter Oxide. But Pharaoh on the backside just taking out 2. They really need to control this person here. Now, Bola Bowls pushing up far, saying we're not going to let the payload move any further. They need to watch out for Pharaoh. He's completely uncontested right now, and they've regrouped. They're going to be pushing through. They're going to get staggers on him now, and Sakura's in trouble. Rudolph's in trouble here, and they might be able to take this to the promised land here, Toots.
I would have liked to see a reset here.
Yeah, I think at that point, Bola Bowls pushing up just a bit too far. Pantsu taking off Rudolph. That's a huge stagger and one they could not afford. Though, we do have the grav on both sides here. Bird does decide to swap onto the Pharaoh, which is an interesting swap. I don't know. They're going to be able to contest. This is going to be close. The dragon's coming through. This is not looking good. And and there it goes. Sakura goes down. And the grab is out of play for the side of Otter Oxide. It does look like this is going to be cleanup at this point for the side of Blazing Pegasus. So we've got map 2 here going convincingly, if I must say, to the side of Blazing Pegasus, Toots.
Yeah, I would say so too. They really did outfrag. Like we even saw with that grav combo. I mean, usually that is like the fight winner, right? You grab the team, throw a dragon in, and the fight's over. But they really, I think they got one person with it. I mean,
it was
really about separating.
Yeah. So I mean, they did exactly what they needed to do. I mean, in many ways, it was a zoning grab right there in some ways. But look at that ult from Pharaoh. What beauty. What beauty in Reaper now.
Sneaky Reapy.
Yeah, sneaky Reapy. There we go. So, looking at it right now, again, let's go back to the standings here, right? So we have Otter Oxide 1, we have Blazing Pegasus 2, and for a top of the table matchup, this is going convincingly right now to Blazing Pegasus, right? 2-0 on Nepal. A convincing hold there by the side of Blazing Pegasus, and then an even more convincing attack. And looking at Otter Oxide right now, I had my eyes on Bird there pretty much the entire time. But Pharaoh absolutely popped off there towards the end of point 2, and in many ways kind of carried the team on their back to victory there. So
yeah, and I mean the flexibility too, like, can never be understated, or can never be overstated, because like I think just having a player who can swap to whatever hero you need for a particular situation, especially when the meta changes, which it is right now with so many patch changes coming through. I think that is a huge strength for Otters here.
Yeah, I totally agree. And, I think Well, that'd be for Blazing Pegasus,
Yeah,
right?
I'm
So,
sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah,
it's
we're
okay.
switching teams here.
Yeah, we're switching them up here. So, we are going to Horizon Lunar Colony here for map 3. Um, but let's talk about kind of our standout players right now for the match and what we think needs to change here for Otter Oxide to turn this around. Because at least on my end here, standout player I have for the side of Otter Oxide is definitely going to be Bird. But I'm looking at them, and a Disappoint's not playing bad either, and Famsu I think has been good in spurts, right? But
Hmm.
what I'm looking for right now is I want to see Bola Bulls kind of just stabilize a bit more, right? So it
Yeah.
seems like Bola Bulls is getting a little extended, especially when they don't need to, when they need to regroup, and you can't get caught out like that, right? The spawn advantage is always going to be on the side of the attacking team there on point 2 at that point they were at, right?
Hmm.
Until you get to the very back there where you get kind of spawn advantage for the defense, it's really, really tough if you're on defense pushing up as far as he did. So, I think at least right now, my standout for Otter, again, it's going to be Bird, it's going to be Famsu, and probably a Disappoint. Playing well. What about for you, Toots?
So I would say, yeah, I mean, Bird was lighting up the feed. I can't deny that. But honestly, if we're talking about players of the match, or players to watch going forward, Poketoot is just killing it on Lucio. Like the peel on Nepal was real, and Poketoot basically was just getting all over the place, keeping Pharaoh alive when he was flanking on Hanzo, keeping everybody up and staying alive himself, like completely out of harm's way. I think he is an extremely strong Lucio, and I think the team is really using that to their advantage.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. And just knowing what I know about, the Furious Unicorns, the people they have on the back end there working with their Lucio players, we know they've got some strong Lucio coaches, right? So, and
Yes.
I think we're seeing that firsthand here. Um, my player to watch though on Blazing Pegasus too is I'm really looking at Pharaoh right now.
Mm,
I think Pharaoh was kind of quiet, maybe toward in Nepal, just a bit. I mean Pharaoh I believe was on the Farah
yes.
on there, and even though he was great in spurts, I'm really looking for him to kind of pop off here on Horizon Lunar Colony. I'm not sure what we're gonna see him on. I mean, the comps for Horizon Lunar Colony are like really interesting. So
Yeah.
we could see an Orisa comp here, and just based on what we've seen Blazing Pegasus run before, I would not be surprised to see the Bunker comp. Maybe we'll see a Junkrat, maybe we'll see Widow or Ash, something like that.
Yeah.
We could see some goats on the side of Otter Oxide, but they haven't really shown an affinity towards goats at all.
Yeah.
I don't even think they've shown shades of potentially running goats. So I'm
No.
expecting dive on the side of Otter Oxide, maybe triple tank dive again as well. So that would
Yeah.
definitely be interesting. I'd like to see a Sombra. I think Sombra can be really strong on Horizon Colony.
I think Sombra's great here. I What I'm interested to see is Blazing Pegasus because, while we've seen otters sort of gravitate a little bit more towards dive, we've seen a pretty heavy usage of Rhine Diva on the side of Blazing Pegasus. And I think on a map like Horizon, you one thing that you really have to worry about is sort of all of the narrow passages that happen, right? That it's just like a super choke heavy map, and spam damage can sometimes be the thing that determines sort of what tilts the fight, like without picks, right? Just overwhelming pressure. And if you're running Rein Zarya, if you don't use sort of Zarya's aggressive damage to get early work done, then you just get overwhelmed by spam, right?
I totally agree, and it's almost like a battle of attrition, right? And the
Hmm.
one thing I'm going to be looking for, if we end up getting like an Orisa, for instance, on defense and a Rhine on attack, the thing you want to pay attention to more than anything is that Rhine shield, right? So we're probably going to get a Lucio, certainly going to have to get a Lucio for running Reinhardt, and it's about that time to the point, right? So they need to limit the amount of time that they're opening themselves up to spam. One of the best ways to do that is make sure that your Diva's eating as much as possible. But with the nerfs to Diva, right? So from the 1 second to the 2 second cooldown now,
Which
you
is
know,
big.
what do you have to make that it becomes way more difficult to choose what am I going to defense matrix, right? So am I going to
Hmm.
defense matrix, for instance, maybe the Junkrat spam that's coming in, or am I saving my defense matrix specifically for the halt that's coming in from the Orisa? right?
Right.
So you have to kind of make that choice then. And if you're Orisa on the other team, you're saying, well, if they defense matrix and the second that defense matrix comes in, right, I'm throwing halt, right? Throwing halt and I'm stopping their movement right there. And then
Yep.
that just allows the Junkrat to put more damage in. So,
Yeah.
you know, I was listening to Elk the other day and a few other Overwatch League players, and they were talking about, how do you use defense matrix with the new D.Va? And one of the things they said is sometimes the best way to use defense matrix with D.Va right now is just to simply not use it.
Yeah, I agree.
Save it for those really important times. And we'll see if, the divas on each team have kind of adapted to this change,
Yeah, I think
It's
something
new.
you see from really high level players is the abuse of cooldowns, right? So, if you were thinking about, just like to give a simple example, a Genji going in on an Ana in a backline, isolated from the team. What is the Genji waiting for? Sleep dart, right? As soon as that sleep dart's out, that's the green light for Genji to go in. And it's the same thing with D.Va's Matrix, especially now that doesn't come back up for 2 more seconds. So if the enemy team is doing their job and the other side is running a D.Va, they're waiting for that Matrix to come out to start using their abilities. So holding it can sometimes be the best deterrent for the other team actually using stuff, right?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. And it'll be interesting to see, again, what they run here. I want to see a bunker comp. I think bunker comp's super strong here on Horizon Lunar Colony. But just from what we've seen, at least from Blazing Pegasus, they ran the Orisa at least on Sanctum. I thought it was incredibly effective. They ran it with a Hog. They didn't run it with a D.Va, right?
Yes.
So, maybe we'll see an Orisa D.Va or Orisa Hog here. That would be great to see. Either way, though, so far this has been a great match, right? It seems to a certain extent, right, that it's been a little bit what's the word, lopsided, right? But looking at the team cards here, right, OTOX, I said, hey, what's your favorite map type? And they said Assault. So this is their map, right? I'm thinking if this is going to be the time where Oxide is going to be turning it around, it's got to be Horizon Lunar Colony. It's got to be right now, and it needs to be decisive.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is sort of where we're going to find out what Otter's made of.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you there. So, otherwise, at this point, I mean, I'm just excited to see this next map. Looking at it moving forward here, and we'll just kind of go down the standings here while we're waiting for the match to get back in. So we also have in the standings Flashpoint and TBA. So Flashpoint is another team that I'm kind of looking forward to seeing this week. I haven't watched them play yet. They're also 5-1 with a map win of 19, map loss of 7, and they're almost right there with Blazing Pegasus, right? So, just some matches to watch out for moving down the way here is also Flashpoint, depending on what happens here with Blazing Pegasus and Otter Oxide. So it could be another huge matchup later on in the season. So, we are moving into Horizon Lunar Colony here, though, Toots. Otherwise, I mean, do we think we could see maybe any surprises here? And I'm talking about one hero in particular who might sit behind that shield and put in a ton of damage. You know who I'm talking about?
Well, I think you might be talking about Bastion.
I think I am talking about Bastion. I would love to see a Bastion here.
But might we see a counter Bastion with a Symmetra? Now, I know it sounds far-fetched, but we're seeing more Orisa, Symmetra, Bastion strategies on maps like Hanamura, a little bit on Horizon. I don't know.
If I'm being honest, I've seen enough of Seagulls play to know that it's completely viable at all levels. So
anyone can do it, guys. Just bring it to your comp.
It's actually the easiest comp to run. So looking at the comps right now, though, we have a Mei on the side of Otter Oxide here. So this is.
What do you think the idea there is with the?
I think they're expecting some kind of Rhine comp on the side of Blazing Pegasus. I don't really like the Mei on Horizon, to be honest. I think the point is really open. There's a lot of points of ingress. I don't know where you get the value from her, but you know what? I've been surprised before, and I am always surprised when I'm watching Owlet matches. So
yeah, they're thinking about the fight on point, and if the fight doesn't happen on point, then they're in trouble.
Yeah, looking at the comp though, we have double sniper on the side of Blazing Pegasus here, right? So they could be doing some work with the double sniper. I like the comp. They're speeding to point now. The Mei wall misses here, and they're going to be meeting at the corner now. Bullet puts in the fire strike. Pups is just holding there at the corner. Pantsu taking out Bird though, and Disappoint needs to watch out here. Pharaoh though coming on the backside. Pharaoh's going to be putting in a ton of work here. And we can see the work already from Pharaoh on the backside going completely uncontested. They're just working around them entirely right now. Famsu going down on point, and this is going convincingly again to Blazing Pegasus here. Now, are they going to be able to contest the Ana on the top? And Ana should probably hop down on point at this time.
Yeah,
we don't want to get staggered too much here. And
trying to get out.
Yeah, this is not what we need.
That's a stagger.
Yeah, so at least, Rudolph does end up getting out here, so we do get one survivor. And they're keeping with it, though. The missed Maywall. Okay, Bird does end up going over to the Widow. They need something to contest these snipers because they're just taking them out here. And we do have a swap onto Hanzo or onto Genji as well, and we are now on full dive comp here on the side of Otter Oxide. I do like this swap.
Done. They need to slow this momentum.
Yeah, Dragon comes in, though, and does split the point here. They need to watch out. They're close to giving up a tick on point, and they may end up having to give this tick here. Now, Famsu coming in here. The Nano comes in on Pups, and the Shatter is huge on the backline here. Bola Bull's coming over to peel, but it's just going to be a little too late, and they've already given up 2 ticks. And this looks like it's going to be going over to the side of Blazing Pegasus. Rudolph with getting charged there by Pups, and it's only a matter of time before they end up taking this point here from Otter Oxide here. We got the Boostio on point, though. A disappoint holding there. Sakura looking to get a pick on the back line. Rudolph does take out Pantsu here. Can they turn this around? They might be able to turn this around. Bull's back on the point here. Pups needs to go down. And they are going to be able to turn this around. What a beat on the side of Rudolph, and they're cleaning up now. Cornish goes down. Pharaoh on the side going down. And it does look like they were able to get back in there and recontest. What a recontest there on the side of Otter Oxide. Does this spell a potential turnaround? I hope it does.
I would love to see that, honestly. I think we're talking about Rudolph with the heroic beat there, but it was all set up with that Boostio play. You guys laugh, but that is what got them to beat so quickly.
Now, looking at the ults right here, we have a grab coming up for Cornish, and we have a Reaper now recognizing the dive comp here. They decide to swap to Reaper. Pharaoh staying there, but Bird taking out Pharaoh. The dive comes in from Bola Bulls. They need to watch out for Blazing Pegasus, so they're just going to get picked apart as they're walking in. It doesn't look like they're getting picked apart. They're completely split as a team right now, and they're putting in the damage. What
you can't get Bird free shots like that.
And it's all over right now. They're just cordoning them off in this corner here. And I think we didn't need the ult there at all from Bola Bulls, but, hey, why not just clean up in fashion?
But okay.
Yeah, so looking at it here, I think they're trying to set up for a Grab Dragon on the side of Blazing Pegasus, but, how are they going to get the Grab Dragon off here, especially now that we've got a Blade? And this is going to be more or less a free Blade, potentially, if they don't stick together. So, Sakura already setting up.
What value does the Graph get unless they, that Otter forgets about it?
Yeah, exactly. Now, they are grouped up on the side here. Sakura going on the backside here for a Blade. The Blade's going to come in any second now. And here it comes. Going down on Pharaoh. Pharaoh's going to basically get taken down. Diva Bomb comes in. This is going to be big. It's huge from Famsu. And that's exactly what we were looking for.
That was so good.
Who cares about point 1 when you've got such a strong defense for point 2, right, Toots?
Yeah, if we look at the capture progress, we had Blazing Pegasus getting to 91%, but as soon, it was just the nano into the Boostio. I'm sorry, stream. I can't help it, but the Boostio was so huge there. I can't get over it.
We won't talk about Bola Bulls trying to get up top there either with those jumps. Meant to do that. So, ult's coming in here. I'm looking for probably a Nano Winston. They're coming down below. I like this push, though, from Blazing Pegasus. Rudolph basically just needs to contest point. Bola Bulls cuts off the side. Pharaoh's possibly going to go down.
Sakura on there, point.
And they just give it up. We won't talk about it.
That was unfortunate.
Yeah, they had everything they needed right there, and they forgot to touch point. I thought Rudolph was going to stay on point, and unfortunate to say the least. Now, I imagine chat's going to say, letter number right here, but at the highest level of play, it happens, right?
It happens, yeah.
So we all know the reason it's C9 is because of Cloud9, right? So, you can't expect every single team to kind of recognize the importance of just staying on point there. So
yeah, I mean, Bola Bulls, I think the play there was to put Bola Bulls in the enemy line, take a fair bit of damage, try and get people low and make an opportunity happen, and then go with the nano. And I think Bull was sort of focusing on putting in work, dismantling the team and separating them, and just that happened to be off the point, unfortunately.
Yeah, really unlucky on their side right there. So looking at the comp right now, we've got McCree comp on the side of Blazing Pegasus, and we have full Ana Goats on the side of Otter Oxide. I do
We're
like
seeing
the
it.
chances of Anna Goats against McCree comp here. I think it can be strong, but you know, let's see kind of how they run this, right? There's no Brig. You know, they're not recognizing the value of Brig here, which maybe with the Brig nerfs, maybe you know, running the Anna Lucio is the right call. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
gonna.
think that's interesting. I think it's going to be about Pharaoh. Like, I mean, I think this is all going to be about Pharaoh's ability to put in work before the goats comp rolls up onto them.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And, you know, let's see what the McCree can do here, right? I mean, there's a shield. They don't have a lot of shield break, though, right? So
Yeah.
they're going to want to fight this on point. They're going to want to put in poke damage as they're coming. And at least if I'm Otter Oxide, I'm saying, guys, let's play point here. This is where we want. The nade's out now. Now we can play point. Now we can force them here. No sleep. The sleep does come down on a Disappoint. Disappoint needs to walk out. Pup comes on the backside here. The charge comes in, though. But the bubble comes in, and it looks like they're going to be able to maybe stabilize here just a second. Bird gets taken out, though, and just as we were saying that this could be going the way of Otter Oxide, it does look like it's turning back around here. So Pharaoh taking out Bowl of Bowls. They need to reset, get back out, and start over here. So I like the approach there from Otter Oxide. It's just the carrying it out just didn't work. Now Sakura does get a nice pick here on Pups. This is what they needed. Sakura somehow staying alive in the backline. Pokey getting low. Pokey does take it
This
out.
is a big
Disappoint.
stagger.
And that is a big stagger right there. They need to reset here. Absolutely need to reset. But look at the ult economy here, right? So we got Pharaoh with ult, we got Pups with ult, and we're 60, almost 70% to grab here for Sakura. So we are going to have the grab coming out probably a bit sooner for the side of Otter Oxide.
Yeah, I mean, I think what they need to try and do here, besides the ult economy issues, I think they need to try and catch Pharaoh in one of the rotations because Pharaoh was out of position on the last one. They need to prioritize him when the fight actually starts happening.
Now that's a big
huge
purple. They need to just relax here, back up. Now they're going to be going in. Bubbles are out on both sides. The Shatter comes in, misses everybody, and they're pushing the Reinhardt out in space right now. Now they're all getting booped off. Bull of Bulls is getting booped off. This is the best fight right here. This is what we wanted, people. the bash from Bird takes him into just outer space here, and this fight is absolutely devolved, but it's going on the side of Otter Oxide. But the boop, they're onto Bird from Pokey, and Sakura takes out the rest. They're pushing the point now, and this fight is devolved.
What just happened?
Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever seen such an incredible fight in space like I did just there.
No one can hear your voice lines in space.
Yeah, nobody can, save you when you get booped off the edge by a Lucio there. So, no one used an ult either right there except for the Shatter. So,
that was incredible.
Going into point 2 here, Toots, we've got an incredible smorgasbord of ultimates from both sides. Now,
we're going to see a Q party.
Yeah, an absolute Q party on point. They're taking left side now. They're pushing directly main onto point, and here comes the Q party. What's coming in first? Who's going to eat? There it comes. Are we going to get it? They're not going to be able to get anyone. They do get Disappoint with it. Everyone holds their breath when the bomb comes in, and they actually hold all of their ults pretty much on the side of Otter Oxide. I love that call. Now, looking at it here, they've got Grab, they've got Bomb, they've got Nano. The only thing they expelled right there was simply a defensive ult. They get out, their Zarya still has almost entirely full charge. And, I liked the trade there. I thought we were going to see a Q party. We saw 2 ults, both of them coming out on the side of Blazing Pegasus, 1 ult from Otter Oxide.
I'm wondering if they both thought they were losing it because we saw, I mean, they're rolling up on 5 ults on the side of Blazing Pegasus.
Now look at what we've got here. We've got a baby diva. Cornish trying to build up ult, does get it back. Now we're going to probably get some Qs. Maybe a Shatter coming in from Pups. Personal barriers are out. We have the Nano coming in on Pups here. Bullet Bull's looking for a charge. The charge comes in. Is the bomb going to be coming in? Huge Shatter from Bullet Balls. They might be able to clean this up here. Looks like Famsu going on the side there on Big Green, and it looks like Bola Bull's just holding that shield. Cornish going down now, and they're just stabilizing. They're stabilizing really well. The bomb comes in. Is this going to get anyone? It lands on top. Unlucky. Now, they're holding on point here. They may be able to get a tick here. They need to take out some people. They need to take out that McCree. McCree does go down. Looks like Lucio contesting here on point. Pokey just saying, I will try my best to save this, guys. Now, they're coming back in here. Big Green now is swapped over to the Moira. Now, we could get a Shatter here, potentially coming in from Pups, so he gets taken out. Big Green is going to get taken out. This looks like it could be just a stagger until until Otter Oxide ends up taking this point. Pharaoh's going to be going down potentially here any moment. Pups does have his ult. It could be coming out right as he comes out one side. Now, Pups does come out. I'm looking for potentially a big shatter. They may not be recognizing he's there. The shatter, though, does come in, and they do take the point. So, what a great series of events there on the side of Otter Oxide.
There were so many things to talk about that we couldn't. I felt like I couldn't address even half of them. In the beginning, huge anti on the side of Blazing Pegasus there on the stairway, right? They followed up on it a little bit too late, right? The anti-effects wore off, the healing started back on, so they were now in the middle of the enemy team who can fully heal, isn't antied, and they're kind of on the out of position on the side of Blazing Pegasus. The space fight happens. Can we just say the space fight?
Yes.
Like,
this is a space fighting.
My God, that was fantastic. I've never seen such. Yeah, you know, honestly, I could talk forever. I could talk forever about the space fight. This is going to be Space Fight 2019. I want to see it again.
Yes, so, I want to see a pay-per-view rematch for the title.
Space Fight V2. That's what I want to see. Oh my goodness, what a great match so far. You know,
this has been incredible.
Like we already said, you know, this is Otter Oxide's time, right? This is when they have to come in here. They have to say, we're not backing down. We're going to turn this around, and we're going to make this into a real fight because we haven't shown you what we've got. And that's exactly what we've seen here. Two heavyweights going at it. You know, the first 6 rounds of this 12-round bout, right? Going the way of Blazing Pegasus. But they're still standing there on the side of Otter Oxide. I am absolutely loving this.
It's a goats off now. Blazing
Pegasus.
Pegasus.
Goats. Let's go, baby. So Fire Strike comes in, misses everyone. But Famsu using all defensive matrix here. They're pushing through, looking for a big anti, and it's huge right there from them. But they're able to kind of stabilize just a bit here. They're going to be able to push through, and they do have to back up. But the charge does come in there from Bowl of Bowls. Bowl of Bowls getting taken out, just looking to maybe build up some alt charge here. But look at the stabilization. They're pushing back up through. I think they could potentially do this.
Pups has Shatter already.
Yeah, he does.
They both have Shatter. Oh,
yeah. Bowl of Bowls did some work. Now they should just push under, I think.
Agreed.
Point, and just try to fight there on point. I like them stabilizing here. I like everything each team's doing. Now it's going to be who flinches first on Reinhardt. Disappoint needs to get in there. Stop taking poke damage. Who's going to be getting the Shatter off first? Big Shatter on the side of Otter Oxide. What a huge shatter there. That's exactly what they needed, but it does look like Blazing Pegasus is turning this back around. Just when I thought it was going the way of Otter Oxide, Blazing Pegasus says, not so quickly. Now, Bullabull's taking out Pharaoh here. They are kind of, you know, they're stabilizing really, really well right now. You know, they got the picks they needed. They could move back in. Pokey needs to watch out. Looking at the ults here, Sakura's coming up on Grav, and nowhere near, you know, do we have Grav on the side of Blazing Pegasus, right? So I'm expecting to see potentially a Grav here with a big ante. Now they're pushing them to point. They recognize the player advantage here. We got the Nano though here on Pups, but Pantsu gets a charge. Gets charged there by Bowl of Bowls. The bomb comes in. It is really big. So they need to just hold off on the ults here. They can go again, all right? So reset, go again.
Yeah.
Now, looking at the ult economy here, I'm still liking Otter Oxide. I think they've got the grab right. They don't. Do they have the Diva Bomb? Because I mean, right now Famsu's getting staggered into the Nether. So
yeah, I think Famsu has bomb. If I'm seeing this correctly,
Famsu does have bomb. So I'm thinking we're gonna see grab bomb here. I want to see them speed a point. Maybe take the hydroponic farm area, right? So move along the left there through to the hydroponic tank, and just force them on point that way, then look for a grab. So the grab bombs are win condition here. They need to make sure they can't miss it. Sakura needs to make sure it does not get defense matrixed here. Now, we do have the grab on the side of Blazing Pegasus also. Who's going to grab first? Who's going to flinch first?
The Shatter is going to be big here too.
Yeah, the big purple though, but the counter Shatter by Bowl of Bowls. Are they going to grab? They need to grab here. And this is not looking good. Is the bomb coming in? The bomb is coming in. This could be really big. This could be really big. And it does get Pantsu. Pantsu had grab. So this is nice on the side of Otter Oxide. They should be able to turn this around. Now, Famsu taking a lot of damage. Anna on top, really putting in a lot of work. But the charge comes in here from Bowl of Bowls. And Bowl of Bowls is carrying them just a bit. Now it needs to hold that shield. Gets taken out by Pharaoh. And this fight is just devolved beyond anything. So, is Sakura going to be able to stay alive? It's a 1v1 here with Pharaoh. Pokey coming, or not Pokey, but Rudolph coming in there to help out. And they need to reset just one more time here. They got one more push. If they can just get back out and then go in as a team.
A big part here is Otter lost Disappoint really early there, and Blazing Pegasus managed to keep their Ana up. Now they have Nano to roll in with this.
I'm looking for a shatter here from Bola Bulls. The shatter comes in, but the counter shatter comes in from Bull. The pin comes in, misses everybody, and it looks like Pups might be able to clean up here. Disappoint gets taken out by Pups. Bola Bull's trying to do work on Pups, and Pups is just saying, come at me, bro. And here he goes. Charge comes in on Famsu. Big purple in there from Big Green, but Big Green does get taken out by Rudolph here, and the fight's evolved once again. Who can stay alive? And it does not look like they're going to be able to charge.
Didn't get the shatter.
The shatter does come in here. The counter beat though comes in, and this fight is just going everywhere. The bash there on Bola Bulls. Can Famsu stay alive? The grab comes in there from Secure. They could clean up with this grab. I think they're going to do it. And the grab gets eaten. Famsu eats the grab. Wow. Cornish is going down, and somehow, from nothing, Otter Oxide is able to turn this fight around. They're going to have 30 seconds to take point 2. Oh my goodness.
So for, you know, us sort of pegging Blazing Pegasus as sort of the scrappy team here, that was pretty scrappy fighting out of Otters.
I'm going to give it for him taking point 1, but this is a tall order to take point 2. Looking at the alt economy here, we do have the Nano coming in from Disappoint. We have the rally. They're going to have to rally coming in. They do. The big purple. It's huge, the purple. They need to watch out. Bola Bulls get slipped. The bomb does come in here. Is it going to get value? It looks like they could potentially get a pick. The trades are going on the side of Otter Oxide. Pantsu's going to probably get taken down any moment now. He does get taken down. Are they going to be able to do this? Can they take point 2 out of nothing? It does look like they are going to be able to take point 2 from absolutely nothing. Big Green going down on the point, and what a turnaround from Otter Oxide. The charge comes in, counter charge from Bola Bulls.
This is incredible.
My goodness. I cannot believe what I just saw. From nothing, Otter Oxide turns this around with an alt deficit that no king could ever want to overturn. My goodness.
This is a team that does well on assault maps, apparently.
I don't even know what to say right now other than this team has the heart of a champion. Yeah. Absolutely the heart. And, you know, if we're going to get a turnaround, this is going to be the map we look at that says this is what changed the entire outlook of this match
is a
tonight.
Momentum shifter for sure. And honestly, I thought that Blazing Pegasus played that pretty well. When Otters came in with ults, they disengaged, they backed up, they gave them some room, and then pushed back in. But Otters still managed to win the fight somehow.
I am just, you know, right now falling in love with this match after every second. So looking at the comps here, Blazing Pegasus running with the snipers again here on attack. We've got Anna Goats from Otter Oxide. How the tables have turned, Toots. So, you know, are they going to be able to hold on point? I think they can. But they need to watch out for one person in particular. My player to watch tonight, Arrow. Okay? Now, we have the swaps, though, coming in here on the side of Blazing Pegasus. What are they thinking here? Cornish going... Cornish is probably swapping off Hammond, right?
It's got to be a Diva swap.
Yeah, there we go. So we got Zen Goats against Anna Goats here. That Diva needs to eat the nade from Disappoint.
Yes.
If that nade does not get eaten, this fight is going the way of Otter Oxide.
The nade becomes a bigger factor now that the Matrix is nerfed. Keep that in mind, folks.
Yeah, we're in round 7 here, so come on, let's see what happens. They're forcing them to point. Looks like we've got the rotation from Bola Bulls here. Big purple from Disappoint. They're pushing in on it. Bola Bulls taking out Pokey. They're going to clean up on the backside here. Charge comes in. Bird needs to stay alive, though. Bola Bulls needs to stay alive. Doesn't. The purple is huge, though. They can turn this around with that purple.
Yes.
I said from the beginning, this is going to rest on the nades from Disappoint, and Disappoint has not disappointed tonight.
2 nades. That's all it took to win that fight.
2 fight wins. That's what we needed. They're going to be able to get Bola Bulls back in time, and we see Rudolph going there. Hey, I'm the taxi. I'm your Uber driver. Let's get back to the point.
5 stars.
5 stars all day long. So... looking at it right now, alt economy-wise, Pharaoh's going to be coming up on rally here. We do have, though, Grav on the side of Otter Oxide. So, you know, are we going to get value from this Grav? I imagine we will. They're going to meet them back again, and I would imagine Disappoint's going to rotate back to window. We're looking for the nade here. Bola Bulls, big anti. They're going to have to follow up with this. They need to watch out. They need to take out that Reinhardt. Pup is going low. The Nano does come in on Bola Bulls. They're pushing forward now, and it looks like they're going to be able to take this point back. They're going to be able to hold. My goodness, Disappoint. No one is able to contest Disappoint at all. So going into this next fight, 100% here, Cornish needs to say, I'm going to go after Ana every single time.
Yes.
And if Cornish does not go after Ana, this fight is going to Otter Oxide every single time.
Look at the swap, though. Yeah, now we're running Ana's both sides. The nade, I think we understand how important it is here.
Yeah, you know, I think at this point I'd like to see them fight them maybe up top right, or at least kind of move in under them, and they are moving in under them, so this is good to see. They're recognizing the advantage here from Disappoint. Disappoint's going to get a big nade, though. Here comes the nade.
Oh, the nade missed.
The nade does miss, but the bomb is going to be big, and it is big. There we go. The grab bomb like we like. Now, they need to just stagger out Pantsu just a bit here. And my goodness, is Otter Oxide putting it on an absolute show here on their second defense.
They look
Rudolph,
so good.
I love this. Rudolph's coming up on his ult here. They have the Grav combo just about on the side of Blazing Pegasus. They have the potential to stabilize here. I don't know. I don't know if they want to use those ults or save them for point 2, right? I think they'll probably use them here. Now they're going to be in the fight. This is the fight here. This is going to be the map. We're running into last point. Purple in on Cornish there. The shield comes in to the shatter on the backside, and it does look like they're getting a ton of value. They're going to be able to take out Pharaoh, and this fight is definitely probably going to be going on the side of Otter Oxide. But just when I say that, Pubs takes out Bird. And we've got another big purple. They're falling back to point here, and this fight is just staggering out longer than we could imagine. Now, are they going to be able to get value? Are they going to be saving ults? The shatter comes in there from points, but the counter in there from Rudolph, and the bomb gets nothing. They're so close to taking out Pups. Pups is 1 right now. They need to take out Pups. The nano comes in from Disappoint, and Disappoint is absolutely carrying this team on
I'm
their
losing my
back.
mind right now. What? What?
I mean, I would say this right now. Rudolph's counter ult right there saved the point for them.
Absolutely.
And the counter ult from Disappoint, the
I was
nano,
convinced they were losing
convinced them that they were going to win that point. They need to just stop them from getting on point. This is going to be close. They don't make it. Otter Oxide does end up taking map 3. What a map. We have got a fight on our hands here tonight, Toots.
Every round was better and better. These guys are stepping it up so much. You can tell that these are two closely matched teams by just how well they have to play to beat each other.
I am just incredibly impressed right now from both teams, and in particular from the fight and the heart shown right now by Otter Oxide. We're going to a round 4. All of it's on the table right now, Toots.
Yeah, we're potentially going for the tie. And
let's get that money map, baby. Let's get that money map. I want to see Oasis. I want to see a map 5. I want to see these teams keep duking it out, because this is, we said this right now. This could be the map. This could be the momentum turner that we've been waiting for.
For sure.
I hope to see that. I hope that's what we're seeing right now. I think, if anything, Otter Oxide's got the momentum. Looking at the comps that Otter Oxide's been running as well, and looking at the map pool here with Blizzard World coming up next, anything's on the table. I mean, it's a goat's favorite map in Blizzard World. Certainly a goat's favorite map. But we could also see a triple tank dive, and Otter Oxide has pulled that out. It's certainly potential. We are going to have Blazing Pegasus, it looks like, starting out on defense, with Otters moving into the attack here. Anything's on the table right now. I mean, Otter Oxide showed an incredible ability to play goats, especially Ana goats. I wouldn't be surprised if they went back to it, because right now, Disappoint and their nano or their antis are just massive. I mean, you're getting 2, 3, sometimes even the entire team with 1 nade, and there's just nothing they can do about it. So, yeah, this match, one for the ages, that's for sure. So,
I don't know. So the one thing that I will say, though, is that, I do think dive becomes extremely viable on the second phase of this map. So I think we can really see a lot of variety here. And I think dive doesn't perform too horribly on the first either.
Yeah.
I just think it's the third. We're really going to see some sort of scrappy goats type, Rhine on Rhine action.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. I mean, you can see just about anything on point 1. Point 2, if you have the snowball going, you're going to stay with what you had on point 1.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, other than point 3, where we like to see a lot of Reinhardt, we could really get anything from each of these teams here. They've shown an incredible ability to basically, flex onto whatever the team needs when they
I'm
need
really
it.
impressed, honestly, at the flexibility between these two teams to do,
I,
completely different play styles and do it so seamlessly mid-match.
I just want to point this out, okay? So both of these teams, are in the minors division, okay? So that means basically teams that are like under 2,700 or so. So
Yeah.
Blazing Pegasus coming in at 2,546, Otter Oxide around 2,300. Each of these teams right now, when you watch it, you think, are we watching like higher tier play, right? That's what it reminds you.
Could you imagine queuing into a 2,300 match and playing a team like this?
those are the games where you say I had a bunch of throwers on my team, but you don't recognize how good
the other team was full of Smurfs, right? But we know these guys aren't Smurfs. These guys are legit. They just know how to play the game.
Yeah. Now I love the comp coming out here on the side of Otter Oxide, or on the side of Blazing Pegasus. So we have Farah, we have Ash, and we have the Anna Goats from Otter Oxide, right? So they're saying, hey, it worked on Horizon. Why not try it here? So I think it's going to be a little more difficult for Disappoint to get those nades in, but, Disappoint's going to have a lot to contest here, especially with the Farah in the
I want to see what
skies.
Pharaoh does, really.
Yeah, so I think Pharaoh's definitely the one to watch right here. How much value is Pharaoh going to get? Now, they've decided to push all the way around. I love the idea here. Mitigate the damage that Pharaoh can put in. Let's rotate all the way around on the backside.
Really
Let's put Pharaoh into place where, we have more of an advantage. I love this rotation.
The wrap around.
Yeah, the wrap around, baby. So they need to watch out for Pantsu. Speed onto Pantsu. Get Pantsu off high ground. That's exactly what they're doing. Pharaoh's putting in quite a bit of damage. They need to put in some pressure on Pharaoh there. Now, look at Disappoint's positioning here. Bowls is on the other side, out of the way of Disappoint here. What are they going to be able to do? Pharaoh taking out Bird here, though. This may be going the way of Blazing Pegasus. So they need to just watch out. They are able to get a tick, though. So this is excellent. They do secure the tick. And, they might be able to get a little more out of this potentially. They need to watch out, though. That Pharaoh is putting in a ton of work. The barrage could be coming in here any moment now from Pharaoh. But I think they're saying, hey, we've got this fight. Let's stagger out the Diva. Let's make sure Rudolph doesn't get out of here. And really at this point, Famsu needs to get out of there.
Fly off into the water.
Yeah, needs to just off themselves into the water. Totally agree. So, look.
I thought the rotation was really good there. I think, they got in there and did the best they could against a comp that counters there is pretty hard.
Now, looking at the swap here, we've got Bird onto the Widow. I love this swap here. Pharaoh, who's, been a force in the skies, is really going to have to watch out now with Bird, who's shown, quite a lot of skill there on the Widow. Yeah. So let's see what she's able to do against Pharaoh here. Now, the barrage is probably going to come in here. Famsu needs to watch out for this barrage or it's going to get way too much value. Sakura coming in on the backside, like the angle from Sakura. The Nano does come in here on Pups, but Pups is overextended. The charge comes in on Pups, and Pups is probably going to get taken out here any moment now. And looks like we've got a big purple here, though, from Big Green. But the Shatter comes in here, counter Shatter, Bullet needs a push on Pups, and Pharaoh comes on the backside, cleaning up, absolutely cleaning up, but Bird taking out Pokey.
I don't know if I agree with that barrage.
And yeah, it does look like this is going to be going the way of Otter Oxide. What a cleanup there, though, from Otter Oxide. Just when you thought it was all over, they were able to come back and do what they needed. Now, Famsu's demeched, not very close to ult. I would just jump off the edge here. I wouldn't actually be even bother with this here. I think just jumping off the edge, it's worth more. No reason to actually poke here. So, looking at the ults, what are we expecting to see next fight here, Toots?
We're definitely going to be seeing Grav. Grav, I think Shatter isn't going to be what they're initiating with unless they're going with a cheeky flank. I think Grav should be what we're seeing here.
Yeah, I'm expecting Bob. I'm expecting Bob here, actually. Maybe Bob Shatter, where you throw Bob, you knock up the Reinhardt, and you get the Shatter. Pharaoh, big pick there, though, on Bird. They need to watch out, or they're going to get staggered here really quick. Now, the Ante comes in, doesn't get too much here. Now they're pushing on Pups, and Pups just speeds through, shatters, but is overextended here. They need to just stabilize, and they are stabilizing a bit. Now, is Bola is going to be able to get their shatter in here. The bomb comes in. This could be really, really nice. Doesn't get anyone a little too high there.
The pin was a little late.
The charge is just a little late there. Bola is in trouble, but Pups does get purpled here, and the Nano comes down. The shatter down onto Pups. They're going to be able to clean this up here. Bird taking out corner, Sakura taking out the rest, and Rudolph cleaning up on Big Green there. What a cleanup there.
Nano Mercy.
Yeah. Again, just like we talked about, Otter Oxide showing the heart of a champion, saying, we're not giving this up without a fight here. Love their heart. Love exactly what they're doing. We've got a fight again on our hands, and they're going to have to give this up. There's no way they're going to be able to recontest this point here.
Nope.
So we've got Grav. We've got Bob. we've got just that, actually. And
Yeah,
not much on the side of Otter Oxide, but they've turned it around with less.
Well, and the other thing is Pharaoh can build up Dragon so quickly. With Storm Arrow now, Hanzo gets his ult in like a matter of minutes.
I would say like 60 seconds, right?
Yeah, like a minute. And so I think we can see Grav combo here pretty quickly.
Now, Bob does come out here. Bob does get slept. Great sleep there on the side of Disappoint. And Disappoint just absolutely carrying the team on their back here. Now, Bull's shield is getting low here. They need to watch out. They need to push. The grab's going to be coming in any second here from Cornish. Bull's getting low here. Pup's overextended just a bit here. Famsu knocking him back. And we've got a big purple, and the Dragon's going to be coming in. Bull's getting taken out. Yeah. They need to back out, reset here. You know, I actually really like that push there from Otter Oxide. They didn't expend any ultimates, and they built up a lot of ultimates in that, you know, in that exchange. So I do like what they were doing there. You know, they weren't overextending too much. They were just saying, hey, let's take this slow. Let's build up ultimates. Let's go eco. So Bull is pushing forward here. Cornish has ult, and Sakura also has Grav. Now, the Grav does come out here, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get too much here on the side of Blazing Pegasus. So, you know, that's, again, one of those great instances of whoever grabs first is probably going to win, right? So, especially when there's no defensive
one swing.
I think so. Yeah, I do believe so, Toots.
I think he was at 70-something% maybe, but I mean, that was, I mean, you nano Uriani swings into a grab. That's instant ult.
Look at the aggressive hold here, though, from the side of Otter Oxide. Bullet with the shatter. Gets the entire team just about. They clean up, and they are just going to be taking this point.
Oh my God,
Pantsu's on the back, kind of doing some work here, really contesting that point as much as possible. You know, Otter Oxide just absolutely exerting their dominance on Blazing Pegasus here on attack. Now, the Nano comes in here on Pharaoh. We've got the reboot. We got the purple. The bomb comes in. This is going to be big. It is huge. Vamps are taking out practically the entire team. Only a matter of seconds before they decide to cap this point. And they're just having their way with Blazing Pegasus now on map 4.
Oh my God.
Toots, I'm going to tell you right now, this is looking like a map 5 to me.
Yeah, I'm okay. So I'm praying for it. I hope everybody in chat is praying for it. So I have to tell you guys how much I loved that shatter from Bulls. So like, when you know that an ult is going to be coming on the other side, you don't hold your ult and wait for it. You go in, initiate, take their legs out from under them, and make their ult irrelevant until the next push. Like that, that textbook. That is a perfect way to initiate with an ult to counter an incoming ult from the enemy team.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you there, Toots. I mean, in the very beginning, right? So we talked in the first 2 maps. What was the one thing I said Bulls needs to do? Stabilize more and just be a presence for the team, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know if he was watching the stream or something like that, but him stabilizing, holding that shield, being a presence for the team, and at this point, he is absolutely outplaying Pups on the side of Blazing Pegasus here in the last 2 maps. So,
yeah, he was a little bit passive early on, I think. But I think sometimes I think Reinhardt is a lot about confidence, and so sort of if you're feeling a little shaky, and they lost the first 2 maps pretty quickly, I could understand why you're playing a little bit more passively, sort of without being able to help it. But he found himself, he woke up, and now he's pushing hard, and he's getting work done for his team.
Now let's look at the comp here. We have Ana Zen. I like Ana Zen. I don't like Ana Zen when you're going into dive, but they're going into Reinhardt here. I think it'll be fine. And we have a pretty aggressive dive. First target here, either Disappoint or Bird. They need to watch out. Rudolph needs to be on the watch here to peel, and Famsu needs to make sure to boop them off. So Bird is already looking to get their sights on Pups, takes out Pups halfway already. And look at that ult charge already from Bird up to almost 30% here. Now, we've got the rotation on the side of Blazing Pegasus going around the backside, looking to take high ground here. Pantsu looking for an angle. And Pup saying, what targets are we going after here? Now, the person I'm looking at, Pantsu. Pantsu needs to take an angle, needs to get on the backside here. And there goes Pantsu, now onto the Mega side on the right. Now, looking at Pups here. Pups looking for a dive potentially on the backline. They're working around on the left side here. Pantsu's ready. Pups goes in on the backline. The bubble comes in onto this point. Great bubble. Great charge from Bulls there onto the backside, but they may be giving up a tick here really quick if they don't get back on point. Bird taking a lot of damage here, and they are back on point. They're stabilizing just a bit here. Pups holding the corner. Corner's putting in some damage from an angle here. Bulls taking out Pups, and it looks like this is going to be going the way of Otter Oxide here. So they are able to stabilize. They almost give up a tick here. They don't, though, and that's what's important. But Famsu does get demeched. Famsu needs to jump off the map right now. Like, at this point, consistently. But look at it right now. Pantsu gets Famsu gets the best of Pantsu. I don't know if these two are brothers and on different teams, but I love the name play.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so I think Pups went in a little bit prematurely there and a little bit too deep. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you jump into the enemy team, they can just turn back around and wrap in on you, and we saw that happen like instantly. They didn't even give up a tick. They were able to clean up those kills, get right back on a point, and win the fight.
I want to see at this point Pantsu get on the backside on Disappoint to follow up with the dive
Pharaoh
on
too.
Pups.
Pharaoh can
too.
also take an
They're
alternative
on the
angle.
same angle right now. Pups going in on the backside on Bird. There's no follow-up though, but they're on high ground. Stay on high ground there. They need to watch out for the shatter here from Bola Bolas. The pulse bomb though from Pantsu, and they've gotten 2 picks already here, but Famsu gets demech. Now, are they going to be able to stabilize? Zarya is getting pretty full charge here on point, but does get taken out by Pantsu. Famsu taking out Pokey, and it looks like this is just going to be a stall on point until they're able to get back and recontest at this point. So they're going to have to end up giving up point 1 here to Blazing Pegasus. Good attack there from Blazing Pegasus. Again, I think Pups was going in a bit early here, but looking at the ults here, definitely on the side of Blazing Pegasus, right? So we've got, you know, a grab on the side of Otter Oxide that's going to be, you know, it's going to be hard to find that target, right? Who are you going to be grabbing? And they do have the trance on the side of Blazing Pegasus also. So let's see how they approach this. I'm looking for a big shatter here from Bola Bolas, actually. I think Bolas is the one to kind of, you know, be the turnaround here. And they need to make sure to bait out that bubble there from Pups. So they're giving him a little bit too much space here. Now, Bird, onto the Pharah here. Again, they don't have the Mercy at all, so the healing's not necessarily going to be there.
I love this angle they're taking.
Yeah, this is exactly what they need to do. Bird's going to be going low here, and Bird may get taken out. The dive's deep onto the backside, and the blade does come in. Now, the bomb is in on their side. This could be really big here. It does take out 2, and it looks like this is probably going to be going to the side of
the shatter was delayed.
Yeah, unlucky with the shatter there, but Bola Bolas coming back in, getting the charge there on Pups, and does get taken out by Pokey. So, you know, really, really good trades there from Blazing Pegasus, and I think they've identified something here on the side of Otter Oxide that, you know, we didn't expect in the beginning, and that might be the weakness to dive of Otter Oxide here. So for a team we thought was going to be running goats, they're now on dive, and for the team running dive is now more on a brawly type comp. Yeah. So I do need to see the grab here from Sakura, right? We do know that they have the trance, but we can get a big nade here from Disappoint potentially. So let's see what they're able to do. Bull's getting pressured here on point. The trance does come out. The grab should be coming out next here then for Sakura. Does the grab come out? Are they going to be able to find a target? They need to just grab anyone at this point, Sakura. Just pick a target. Doesn't matter who it is, and it looks like Sakura's going to get taken out here. So, you know, they're saving their ults here. I don't know if they're trying to save their ults for next map, but they need to start using them here soon. So Bola Bolas coming back in though here, able to recontest. So not the worst, giving them time to maybe swap off Disappoint here, going Moira, and they're going to have to fall back. I do not like the Pharah swap here from Bird. I don't think it's what they need. Pantsu trying to do work here on the backside, and Pharaoh and Pantsu are just working as a duo here on the back, just destroying the back line of Otter Oxide. They need to find some momentum here for Otter Oxide. They need to be able to stabilize. They need to be able to stop the roll, because right now the roll just keeps coming in, and Pharaoh's coming in with that ult any moment now. So what do we have on the side here? We've got maybe a Grav. We've got Grav Barrage here for Otter Oxide, but they need to get it in. Now, they're holding aggressively here. I do like this hold, but they need to watch out for the ult here from Pharaoh, because it's coming in any moment.
Yeah, Valk Blade combo maybe?
I think they need a solo grab Pharaoh here. I really think that's the right call.
I think that'd be fine.
Now, the bomb's coming in. This could be nice. Doesn't end up getting one. And dive is on the backside. Pharaoh's going to be blading any moment now. And they need to get this grab off here. Sakura needs to find it. And the shatter does come in. The grab does come in. Gets just about everybody. And this is big. This is exactly what Otter Oxide needed right there. Too much going on. But are they going to be able to turn this around? It doesn't look like the mobility and the ability to just kind of get around them and work around them was just too great for Blazing Pegasus. I don't.
Yeah,
that was an incredible turnaround.
4 ults there, and they still lost the fight.
And we've got another blade on the side of Pharaoh. Built up that blade in about 30 seconds right there. So what a job by Pharaoh. We are in the McCree. We do take out Pantsu here by Bola Bolas with a Fire Strike. That's excellent to see. We have the Moira ult coming out here. They're going to be able to push freely for this now. Are they going to be able to stop this roll? And it does look like they're finally going to be able to stop this roll from Blazing Pegasus. You know, to say that's what they needed would be an understatement right there, Toots, but that's exactly what they needed.
Yeah, I was worried that they overinvested in their ultimates, but really I think sometimes it's just about actually taking control back of the objective. And once you do that, then you potentially start building up bolts on the other side. You maybe get a way to win win your next fight, build up bolts on, on that push. They needed that.
Now, Bola Bowls does have Shatter here. This could be a nice Shatter as long as they bait it out enough. No jump there from Monkey. They're pushing them back just a bit. Friendly Bubble is out there from Sakura onto Bola Bowls here. And I think we're going to get maybe a Shatter here from Bola Bowls any moment now.
Shatter the Blade?
Shatter the Blade. We do get the beat coming out. What a great beat there, though, from Rudolph. This is exactly what they needed. I think they're going to be able to hold this. The Shatter may be coming in any moment now. They need the Shatter in from Bola Bowls. And it looks like they may be able to turn this around without it, but they got to be careful here. They are stabilizing as much as they possibly can here, and it's only going to be a matter of time before they end up holding this point. And again, exactly what Otter Oxide needed right there. Looking at the time bank right now, Toots, they're already not going to be able to cap this point with as much time as Otter Oxide had. So we're moving into last fight here. Ult economy is 100% on the side of Otter Oxide here.
They are lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yep. Now, we're going to get a Q party coming in here. I'm looking for a sneaky barrage here from Bird. She's looking for it. The grab's going to be coming in any moment here. The Shatter comes in, though. Pup wasn't able to do anything about it. When's the grab coming in? The ult comes out here from Moira, and it looks like they might be able to hold this, but they got to get the grab out. They need to get this grab out right now. Sakura looking for the grab, does get taken out by Cornish, and it looks like the bomb's coming out. They have another chance to recontest if they get out right now.
That's bad.
I think this could work out, though, Toots. This could potentially work out. They need to get back in there, though. They need to get back in there with the grab. I don't know if they're going to be able to get back in, though. They are. Bola Bowls holding point, saying, guys, get out here now. Disappoint coming in with the juice. Sakura looking to grab on point here. The grab is out. Bird coming in with the barrage. Here it comes. It's huge. Are they going to be able to do this? Are they going to be able to pull it out from absolutely nothing? Rudolph holding this point with their life. It's a 1v1 for the match right here. Can Cornish do it? And he can. Oh my goodness, what a turnaround. Rudolph with the 1v1. That was the moment, and it does go to Otter Oxide. We're going to a map 5, Toots.
Holy crap.
Oh my goodness. My heart's racing a mile a minute. Bird came in with the absolute clutch right there. That was the Diva nerf right there that won them that point.
By one, they each contributed just enough to tip that back into their favor.
Oh my goodness, what a match we have on our hands tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I just cannot believe it. We're going to a match 5 after the first 2 maps. Who would have thought we would be moving in to map 5 at this time? There's no way I was expecting this at the beginning.
I hate to toot our collective horn here, but I think we called it when we said Horizon was their turnaround point for them.
I think so. I think we could have a reverse sweep on our hands here. Blazing Pegasus, I've been in their seats before, right? I think we've all been there. You go up those first 2 maps and you say, hey, easy clap, right? Now, moving into map 5, you're sweating. You're sweating, right?
Yeah.
We can't be those guys who get taken out, reverse swept. We don't want to be them, right? We hate that look, and it's demoralizing. It's certainly demoralizing, but I'm going to tell you right now, from what I've seen with Blazing Pegasus, they have all of the chance to potentially just pull off this last map. And Oasis is a great map. This could go either way here. These teams are just duking it out. We're going into round 12, Toots. Who do you have? Give me your prediction here on Oasis. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going Otter Oxide.
I want to go Otter Oxide, but I will say Blazing Pegasus. The thing that they've shown us every single map is that they have a plan. They look disciplined. I think if we're we have thoughts or worries about them being rattled, I don't think that's the case. I think they have excellent coaching staff, and I think they're going to be able to sort of steady themselves, take this back, take the W.
Yeah, I mean, what a battle tonight, though.
Oh my God.
Not a disappointment in the least. The top 2 teams in the league in the tournament just going at it, right? Look at the comps we've got here. Look at these comps. So Blazing Pegasus going with the Pharah Tracer dive, and on the side of Otter Oxide here, we have kind of a little bit of a different comp. We have the Pharah, and again, Pharah unsupported. This has been a theme throughout the night. I don't know how they've been able to do it. I'm not gonna try to guess how this is possible. but Bird
Yeah.
just finds a way to stay in the air. She just
This-
can't be taken down.
This might be tough though. There's a lot of open airspace on the point, and if you don't have heavy support, I think the mercy pocketed Vera is going to take it.
Yeah, now we have Bullables taking space already. Bird trying to put in some work on the high ground here. This is going to be tough, though. Again, like you said, for Bird, it's definitely going to be tough. They need to focus down Bird first, I think. Now, Famsu going deep here with Bullables. They may have overextended just a bit here, but they do end up getting the Ana. Bird taking out Farah, the counterpart here, and Corner's getting a nice trade on Bull here. But this may be going the way of Otter Oxide. So they do get the trades. Pantsu, though, doing work, and Famsu following up on Pups here. And this is just a brawl on point here. Can Pantsu do enough work? The recall is out here, and Pantsu is out, and this is going the way of Otter Oxide. I just, I'm surprised every single time with Bird's just incredible Farah play. I mean, it doesn't matter what they put her on, she does work.
Mm-hmm.
So
incredible flexibility out of her as well. We're talking about Pharaoh, but Bird, I mean, hit scan to Farah, pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. So now the direct hit on Pharaoh already saying, listen, I don't need a mercy, all right? Really exerting your dominance right now on Pharaoh. So this is the fight that we want to watch, the one between Pharaoh and Bird here. I think that's going to be the one who's going to decide it. Now Bull is putting a lot of pressure. Now, what can Sakura do here? Sakura's getting focused down quite a bit and getting low, but Bird, again, taking out Pharaoh. That's exactly what we're talking about. Look at the pressure Bird's putting in here, and they just can't focus him down. Now, Pantsu is on the Reaper, trying to get a lot of work in here, but the trades are going the side of Otter Oxide. Now, Corner's holding the high ground, trying to put pressure, but Bird taking out Big Green, Pantsu going down, and Pokey going down as well. It's only a matter of time, but Cornish gets staggered. This could be a long stagger here, depending on what they do, and they're just holding Cornish there. Cornish needs to jump off here. Yeah, this is not looking good here for Cornish at all. The stagger comes in, Cornish is out. Now they don't have the Diva. Looking at the ults here, we've got Grav, we've got a whole list of ults here on the side of Otter Oxide, all 6. Are we going to get a Q party? I don't think so, because each team has shown a lot of kind of a restraint, right?
Yeah.
But I do think we're probably going to see a Grav here. We're probably going to see a Barrage. This is last fight territory as far as you're concerned for Blazing Pegasus.
100%, yeah.
So, and they did swap over to the Ashe. So, they trying to figure out what to do with Bird here, and they just can't. They can't do anything against Bird. Now the Barrage. Bird setting it up. Here it comes. Barrage going down. Team going down. And that's the point then for Otter Oxide. That's the fight. And that's the first point now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and they have ults to spare. I'm just going to say that right now. And they've got ults to spare.
And some change, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, Otter Oxide putting their stamp on this match here, saying we're not going down fighting, and we're showing you why we're the #1 team in the tournament right now.
That was a 100-0. That was a straight 100-0.
Yeah, not even close here. Now,
we doubted that comp.
I love the map we've got right now. We've got University. If there's one map for Blazing Pegasus where I think they have the advantage, I think it's University here. I think this is the map where they need to take control. They need to say, we're going to a point 3. And, even though I do feel like, at least at this point, Otter Oxide has advantage on point 3 with City Center, I still think right now is their time. This is Blazing Pegasus time. Yeah. But I'm telling you, Otter Oxide's not giving up that first place for free here.
Moira goats into Ana goats.
Yeah, so I think right now, looking at
May. Pantsu's on
the May. Pantsu is on May. Now, I think the advantage is clearly on the side of Blazing Pegasus here with the Ana and with the May. Let's see how they approach the point. Now, looking at this is very, very interesting, actually. They're approaching from different angles. Now, Sakura gets...
this is bad.
No, this is actually really good, I think, here for Otter Oxide. They baited out the May wall with the Zarya. They're pushing through now. Famsu's getting low. Bullable is pushing on now. The advantage here, I think, is on the side of Otter Oxide, but the purple's big here on Bird. Now, Bird potentially going down, but Pups is getting taken out by Rudolph, and the follow-up is real from Bulls and the rest of Otter Oxide. Now, are they going to be able to stabilize? They need to take out that May. That May's putting in work. Pantsu does get taken out. Purple's in, but it's not going to be able to do much. And Blazing Pegasus is getting pushed back here. So, I absolutely loved what Otter Oxide did there, which was basically bait out the May wall with the Zarya, and knowing that Zarya has her bubble to basically come back in and around. So, really like that play from them. They're hiding here. I love this play from them. Yeah. They're saying, hey, really try to find us, right? Yeah. Now, I'm looking for Bulls to get a fat shatter here. Now they come back out. The Shatter is there. It's available. They need to watch out. They're holding right there in the corner here, and the Shatter's going to be coming in any moment now from Bola Bulls. But the freeze comes in on Bola Bulls. Bola Bulls going to get taken out. Moiralt comes in. The Shatter is massive from Bola Bulls here. My goodness, what play by this Reinhardt, carrying the team on his back. Pup's going down here, and it's only a matter of time, I'm thinking, before they turn this around. But the grab does come in here. Are they going to be able to follow up? I'm not sure if they've got it. Bomb does come in here then from Famsu, and Famsu does take out 2. And just when you thought it was over, but the freeze comes in. Could Bird get taken down? Bird does get taken down. This is going maybe towards the way of Blazing Pegasus. Are they going to be able to turn around? Can they keep corners up? Can Pantsu put in some work? Can they take out Sakura? It looks like they're not going to be able to, but Pups comes back in here. This stagger could be real. They need to regroup. They need to get back out, and they need to get some composure here, because this could be the last fight if they're not safe, if they're not careful. Now, Rudolph does take out his counterpart in Pokey here. Pups pushing through, and the rally comes in on Bird, and this is just a prolonged stagger on the side of Blazing Pegasus. And this is not good. Bola Bulls again. Every single Shatter we think, hey, how is he possibly going to hit this one? And it just goes through. Anymore. This is not looking good at all for Blazing Pegasus. Looking at the ults here, you know, it's going to be a trade, and that trade's probably going to go the way of Otter Oxide. Are they going to be able to do the sweep? Are they going to be able to do the complete and turn around here and take out Blazing Pegasus? This is last fight territory here, and this is not looking good. Now I'm looking for the ult here. Are they going to keep them off point? They do Maywall here to get onto point. This is smart. The grab comes in. They do counter beat. Are we going to get the grab on the side of Blazing Pegasus? They do get it in. This could be big. They're trying to get it in, but the counter beat comes in there from Rudolph. They're able to sustain. The Mayalt, though, or the Shatter comes in. The bomb comes in on the backside. They need to watch out here. And Famsu does take out Pokey and Pups here. And this looks like it's only a matter of time before it goes the way of Otter Oxide. My goodness, what a match we have on our hands here. Bola Bulls coming out and just swinging on the rest of the team here. And that is just about going to do it for us, Toots, and it does. So the reverse sweep coming in here from Otter Oxide.
What a performance.
What a match. And what a set of 2 teams here. I mean, if this wasn't a top-of-the-table matchup, you know, I don't know what is, because these 2 teams did not disappoint tonight. Let's just give it up right now to Blazing Pegasus. We know it's tough, guys. We know it's hard when you think you've got it all in the bag, right? And it just doesn't work out. It's happened to the best of us. Come back match day 2 and get that win. We know you want to. And don't let this get you down.
Like, yeah, I mean, they showed up today. I mean, I think they played phenomenally, honestly.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I'm wondering if we can maybe get some of them in here for an interview tonight, either from Otter Oxide or Blazing Pegasus. Dyer, what do you think? Is that a possibility tonight? Yeah, absolutely. Let's go ahead and put it out here for an interview. Yeah. Now, before we get into the interviews here, Toots, players of the match from both teams. Who do you think? Who you got?
Honestly, it is so hard to choose. So I'm just thinking about Otters first. You have Bird, who popped off on everything. You have Disappoint, who hit the fattest nades on Horizon. And you had Rudolph with the most heroic stall on Blizzworld, right?
Yeah, like, I mean, incredible, right?
And the rest of, I mean, Bowl did work, Famsu did work, Sakura did work. Like, everyone put on such a display. But I'm a support and tank player. I've got to give it to Disappoint. Those nades were so good. They won so many fights on Horizon and just did such a good work consistently nanoing Bull, keeping Bull up, allowing him to push as hard as he pushed.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. My player of the match right now for Otter Oxide is probably going to be Dyer, or not Dyer, but Disappoint as well. Disappoint did not disappoint at all tonight. The nades on Horizon Lunar Colony literally turned this match around.
Yep. One cooldown, not an ult, right?
Now, that's my player of the match. I'm going to give most improved player of the match, Bola Bulls. My goodness.
Yes. Yeah.
Not only
Bola Bulls woke up.
Yeah, Bola Bulls was like, hey, I'm still here. I'm a great Reinhardt, and I'm going to show you why I'm a great Reinhardt, and definitely came out and 100% absolutely just put on a show. Yep. So we've got, it looks like we've got 2 players in here from Otter Oxide tonight. We've got Xavier, and we're going to be bringing in Disappoint, I believe, as well. So for now, though, we've got Xavier here. So just a moment here. Xavier, you're muted up.
Yes,
there you go.
I was not sure when I could talk.
No. Hey, welcome. What an absolute match. It was a pleasure to cast. So Xavier, what position do you hold on the team of Otter Oxide?
I normally play main support, and I only played first map, and I was scared after that first map, honestly.
Yeah.
We planned to sub me out after map 1, and I was kind of glad I was, because I felt like I wasn't playing well.
I gotcha. Now we've also got Massive in with us here. And Massive, what's your role on the team?
I'm my battle tag is a disappoint. I am the shot caller and main support.
Gotcha. Now, disappoint. Full disclosure here. Toots and I gave you both man of the match tonight. We thought with Horizon Lunar Colony, you absolutely turned the match around with your Ana nades from the window on point 1. I mean, we were literally sitting here saying, listen, they're not contesting the Ana at all, and as long as Ana lands those nades, this fight's over every single time.
Single time.
I mean,
huge nades consistently.
So we'll leave it up to you guys, but talk to us about what the mood was in the camp, maps 1 and 2, and how it changed maps 3, 4, and 5.
Oh, we were tilted.
Maps 1 and 2 were rough. Map 1 was rough, and then map 2, tilting started to happen, and so we just sat down during the break halftime and talked for a couple minutes, and then basically went silent and didn't say anything for the next 7.
Reset.
We just had a little talk, and then we're like, okay, what are we messing up? And then we realized, okay, we need to get our focus fire down. And then as soon as we got that down, we just started punching right back through.
Yeah. Now, the focus fire was 100% there. Now, the one thing we noticed is that you guys changed up your comps a bit too, going into maps 3, 4, and 5. We were more goats heavy there. We were more Ana goats heavy in particular. And I had a question kind of about I don't know if there were like experimental comps that you guys were running on the first 2 maps, but especially like the triple tank dive. Talk me through that. What was the idea behind that, and why do we think it wasn't maybe as successful as it should have been?
So for our triple tank dive, that's something our coach has been big on. Our tank line has always been one of our strongest aspects of our team. Mm-hmm. So we figure if we and we have realistically one of the best dives in minors right now, just from previous map experience. So we just try to enable that as much as possible, but against Blazing Pegasus, they were ready for it, and they just completely countered it, and we just weren't fast enough on the swap. As soon as we took over to goats, just we were out goating them, and we realized this is what we just got to stick with.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great call.
I don't know if they watched our VODs and saw that we've run triple tank dive before, but the issue is we ran it, but then the supports just had no protection, and both of their DPS are very good at playing DPS.
So the one thing I noticed, at least from our perspective, getting third person here, was that we thought your guys' triple tank dive was actually really effective. It was just the fact that it didn't seem like you guys were able to necessarily follow up and get those kills, right? So you guys would all commit in there, and Ana would get to 1, and then Ana would somehow be able to get out, and that's because Pokey was there on Lucio, basically.
Yeah, they had really good peel.
Yeah,
trust me, we heard it from our main tank.
That was mainly a comms issue, and that got fixed after map 2.
Excellent.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Now, moving into maps 3, 4, and 5, what was the mood in the camp after that Horizon Lunar Colony? Because we said on stream, if they win this map here, this is going to be the turning point in the match, and we could see a reverse sweep. So, how did you guys feel after Horizon Lunar Colony?
I was on the edge of my seat.
We were beyond hyped.
I bet.
You can't help but think after something like that happens, we can do this. That was convincing.
We had no idea how you guys even managed to take point 2 after So you guys end up taking point 1 and 2. You guys defend, lose point 1 and 2, and then you guys are back on attack again for the second time. Mm-hmm. You end up taking point 1 in overtime, and you guys are at
20 seconds.
Yeah, you guys are at
point T.
You guys are at a severe ult deficit, and somehow still managed to take point 2 there, and convincingly, to say the least. I mean, it was incredible to see. We move into the next map then, right? We move into Blizzard World, and I'm gonna be honest. Toots and I are sitting on the edge of our seat. We're saying they need to stop this roll because you guys were getting rolled on dive, right? And you guys get to point 3, and we're like, they need to stop this, right? They need to stop the roll. What was the mood there when you guys were just kind of getting pushed nonstop by Blazing Pegasus? Because their dive was formidable points 1 and 2.
At that point, we were just trying to figure out, okay, what do we need to do? Just trying to quickly just analyze who was sticking out position for them, and how can we punish that?
Bull
And
called
we
two fantastic swaps to
Yeah,
have
our
massive
main
switch
tank.
from Ana to Moira, and then have Famsu go into McCree to deal with the Tracer.
Mhm.
And that absolutely just turned it around for us. Those two swaps completely changed the way of the game. Also, I have never played Moira in one of these games. So that's my
Now,
first time playing Moira in comp.
I'll say this: watching Bird tonight, she's incredible.
Yeah.
Like
Always.
absolutely
Bird
incredible.
went on to Pharah too, and I think that also sort of gave you guys a leg up that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah,
because
because she
the
went
dive zone.
unsupported pretty much the entire night when you guys swapped to Farah, which was incredible to see. I don't know how she was able to stay alive as long as she was. And the value you guys got from the Farah swap was incredible. So, I mean, when it comes to like playing with Bird, I'm just kind of curious how that is, because it seems like she's always able to pull out like exactly what you guys need when you need it. And sometimes it's 3 and 4Ks on one push.
Bird is an absolute carry anytime you play her. She's one of the only FARs, especially at the minors level, that doesn't need a Mercy ever.
This is the first game we haven't played Pharmacy once, actually. We didn't play
Really?
Mercy at all.
Wow.
And Mercy is generally our least played support of all of the supports. And Bird she is so self-sufficient
Yeah.
to the point where
felt
she
that way.
can stay alive and be the last living person in the fight as the DPS and still be getting stupid amounts of damage in.
She's
Now-
also really good at Brig, but she
Yeah.
hates Brig.
What I
Shocker.
thought was one of the most hype moments tonight was actually when your Lucio Rudolph was
Oh
going
my-
1v1 with Cornet.
Yes! I was screaming!
on point 3 of Blizzard World, and we're sitting here and we're saying it's a
Oh my-
1v1. This is the match right here.
But
Who's gonna
it was
take it?
wasn't it like Bowles contested first, then Rudolph got out there, and
Yeah,
then
Grab
Bird came
Barrage.
out.
Yeah, and then we had the grab barrage.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah,
both
right. Graf
teams-
came out next. Right.
Yeah, and both
Mhm.
teams got completely wiped except for a Diva and a Lucio.
Yeah.
That was all that was left.
I was terrified.
But
Oh my
Rudolph as Lucio, he is just so his survivability is absolutely insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. He was
You
stalling on
can't
Horizon.
kill him.
Yeah, he's our newest player, and it's like the best pickup we've had.
Now, you guys are clearly staying in first place this week, right? Like this was the 1-2 matchup that I think everyone was ready. You guys took it to the 12th round. If you were
we got another
heavyweights.
tough match on Wednesday.
Yeah. So who are you guys
Or
up against
Tuesday.
on Wednesday? On
Flashpoint.
Tuesday.
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint, the other second place team, they're tied for second place currently.
I want to know if we can cast that match too. So
I'd be
holy
I think it's
Jesus.
Hadahori and Pulse.
Oh well, then they're amazing. So that's
Yeah.
going to be great.
It'll be an
So
easy clap.
yeah. Now I'm going to say this right now. I mean, the minors division is incredibly competitive right now, from what I've seen. We've got
Yeah.
quite a few teams right now that are really kind of knocking at that door, right? I mean, it's all the way down, really, when you look at it. Each team looks like they can take out another team at any given time, and tonight was a great example of that. I guess, the question I have here is, going into your match on Tuesday against Flashpoint, what kind of words do you have for them? Do you have anything you want to say to them at this point while you guys are on stream? Or, are you just ready for the matchup? What do you guys think? What do you have to say?
We're ready to go for Otter.
All right. That's
They'd-
excellent.
They'd better hope it's like this, and I only play one map again.
Toots, do you have any final questions or comments for the guys here at Otter Oxide?
No, honestly, I just have to say thank you for such an amazing match. And like we were talking about this, like what would it feel like to queue up? So what's the average SR of your team again?
We're about 23, 24.
Yeah, imagine queuing into a 6-stack like you guys in a 2300 match. How horrible and horrifying that must sound. Like you guys played so phenomenally that I would have guessed. I mean, like I would have guessed you guys were a diamond team at least.
Wow.
Yeah,
we are planning on moving the Otters to the majors next season.
Well,
If we can make it.
Gonna see
So
some
you
more
guys-
of us up there.
got
stay
this.
together, stay the course, guys. Keep learning. That's what I think is most important, and I mean that's kind of at the heart of Owlet tournament, right? For everybody who's in here, and just looking at your guys' team card, I mean, one of the things you guys talk about in your team card is how much you guys work on practice of communication, positioning, movement. And, those are basic things that every player who plays Overwatch needs to work on, right? And the fact that you guys have this kind of avenue, this kind of forum to kind of demonstrate what you've been working on. I think is great. I think it's great for Owlet. I think it's great for players, and I think it speaks really highly of you guys. And I think you guys are an example for the tournament as a whole. And I wish you guys the best of luck moving forward here.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
So that's been Otter Oxide. I'm Futmob, and I've been joined tonight with Toots. What a great match, Toots.
Yeah, agreed. I couldn't agree more. That was just phenomenal. I'm speechless.
Yep. So we'll be signing out for the night. Again, hopefully we'll be bringing you some more Futmob Toots action from the Owlet tournament sometime next week. But everybody, thanks for tuning in this evening.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.